on Money Talk Viewpoint. We are an online podcast and financial education platform for fluent investors.
Yeah, so I help small to mid-sized business owners get found online.
Okay, when you say get found online, how do you mean that? In any particular social media, or tell me?
Yes, so
go ahead.
Absolutely. So I help them get found on their website, help their website to get found. I help them get found on social media and all sorts of different online assets.
Tell them specifically, but I asked them, what is it? How can the audience relate to what you do? Tell them exactly, give them an idea of what you do. What are the pain points you serve?
Sure. So the problems that a lot of people have online is that they don't get found. So when somebody searches for a specific thing, like let's say they're searching for family office lawyer or something like that, they don't show up in their local area. And so that causes a problem with our authority and trust and so on. So what we do is we help people utilize video, which is very well people like video right now. It's 40 times more effective to do video than it is to have like text out there on your search. So what we do is we help them get found via video, and we help them get found on their website by putting that video on their website, by putting it on their social media and so on, so that when people are searching for their particular area, so let's say they want to find a financial planner in Lake Forest, Illinois, for example, that they show up right away online. So it creates that authority and that trust that, boy, this person's online. They have a lot of content online. So that's what I do. I help them get found online so that they can get more clients.
I mean, does this work well for the middle market, the high net worth market? Is any specific market that does better online and helping search engines, or is it for anybody?
Like it's really for. Go ahead.
I'm going to say, let's say an example. Let's say that you are a physician, but you are a surgeon. So you're a surgeon in a specific area, neurosurgery or something like that. Does a guy like that need do they need to advertise online or have an online presence for that kind of person?
Yes, I would say yes, because oftentimes, even if they're referred by somebody that they know to the surgeon, the person will probably still want to do, right, this is a surgery coming up. That's very critical to my health. So a lot of times they'll look online and they'll say, okay, I want to see all about the surgeon. What are other people talking about when they mention the surgeon? So they'll look at their reviews, they'll look up, information that people have. They'll look at their website oftentimes. They might look at their social media. They really want to check that person out because this is a critical, situation for them.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'll tell you why. Some of us, a lot of small businesses, particularly if they came from an area where they were not allowed to advertise. I know I was in the investment industry. We were not allowed to advertise. So I stepped into this market where I do this talk show, which is what I'm doing with you. And part of my background is that I'm still secretive, not as a person, but as a business, because psychologically I'm still accustomed to you can't be out there in the public, but yet the public needs to know who I am. Let me ask you, how did you get into this business?
Yeah, so when I was working in sales, I was in sales for 30 plus years in the IT sales business. And I had worked for some large companies, and then I came across a small company I worked for, and they had no marketing. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, how do I get people to call me instead of me having to call people? Because people prefer, right, when they call you versus you calling them on the phone, especially nowadays. So what I did is I studied internet, capabilities, and I started. This is years ago, trying to get found online by terms that people would search for when they're looking for what I offered. And so that's how I got into it in the first place. And then I said, I could really help out other businesses with this, like doctors, dentists, lawyers, and such. And so that's when I started getting into it. And just recently, what I found out was video is becoming more and more dominant. And social media, everybody's spending more time on social media. A couple of hours a day is what the average person is spending. So you combine those two together, you put video out there for companies to give them more authority and to let people know who they are. And then they get to know you, like you, trust you a lot better when they see you on video. It's just amazing what video does. I mean, I feel like I know you a lot better just talking with you on video here, just by your mannerisms and some of the things you say. I can pick up on that. And so that's something we do is we take those videos and we put it everywhere, that people can get found, like Twitter or it's now known as X, and Facebook, now known as Meta, and YouTube and Google, and their website. So there's all these different places that you can take that same video and embed it so that people, when they do searches, they get found in a lot of different places, not just one, not just their website, not just YouTube, but also all these other sites that people might be doing searches on, such as Facebook.
Yes, important factor too, because now I made a couple of notes right here. Again, get found online. That's important. And
Yes.
Going back to my experiences where I didn't even have that opportunity unless it was compliance approved. And if it was, even if it's compliance approved, if they didn't like what I said, they would take it off. And now that I'm independent and I represent family offices, which is a specialty. It's not like a person selling just a life insurance policy for $100 a month. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars because
Yes.
a much larger clientele. So it's a specialty. And I get a lot of people that want to get on my show, but not all, many are called, few are chosen. That's what
Yes.
that's what family office is. We don't take everyone. But I wanted to ask you about you brought up something here specifically about websites. Now, we had a website and we got rid of it. And the reason being is because they explained to me that websites do nothing but confuse people. They click on a button and they're clicking 15 different buttons, and every time you click on a button, they get lost. So
Yes.
and what's happening is there's a group that understands that. And I'm going to say they're the under 40 group.
Mm-hmm.
They're reared in social media. But the over 40 group, they don't need they get terrified of even turning on a computer. They can do their email on their cell phone. Give me your feedback on that on a website. Is a website better or is a landing page? So the landing page, you hit the landing page, you're putting in your data information, and you send them directly to where they're going to go. Which works better for the professional practitioner? Whether it's a law firm, accounting firm, financial advisors, attorneys, which really works better for the professional person?
Well, if you think about it, if they haven't seen your landing page, if they didn't receive an email or an ad that had your landing page associated with it, which is just a mini website, a landing page is just a mini website. They're not going to find your website unless there's an ad or they search for it. They actually type in your name. If it wasn't an ad that came to them, they'll type in your company's name if they know it, or your name, and then you'll pop up online, right? And when they're looking, they're going to see reviews on you, and so on. They'll probably see your website too, and they'll say, "Oh, here's their website. Let me check out their website." So they go to your website, they click on it, and the problem with websites, like you said, it's normally been like an online brochure, and people get lost if you offer multiple different things. It's easy for people to get lost. So what you do with the website is you have the video is a very important thing to put on the first page of your of your um, of your website. Excuse me, one second. So yeah, you put that on your website and you can explain. Here's how you get around my website. If you're interested in this question, here's where you go to get that question, or these questions. Here's where you go to get those answered. You just click on my blog, or whatever it might be, or you want my contact information, just go to my contact information on the tab above. So you direct them with a video, and that's very important. Google recommends you have a video on your front page because it makes it easier.
The front page of your website, you should have a video.
Yes, the front page